welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole and this is part 1 of my tattoo tour. Let's get started. So I don't know exactly what order I'm going to go in. I'm just going to be winging it here. So let's just start with the first tattoo I ever got. So that was about 8 years ago when I was 18. I decided to get my first tattoo in resemblance to my mum who has passed away, and at the time, like, I hadn't obviously ever had a tattoo. I hadn't researched much about it. I just knew that I wanted something. So I've had this picture of a little fairy sitting on a rock, and I just thought it was really cute, but I wanted it to be an angel. And anyway, I went into this tattoo studio and like booked it in straight away, didn't even second guess anything. Went back and he had drawn this exactly the same, like copied the picture of this fairy and then put a halo around it, and then I added like a little dove, like her doing this to a dove, and then had the word mum, and I put it right in the middle of my back, which you can't see it anymore because it is completely covered where all these feathers are. And I mean, for my first tattoo, I really didn't think it hurt that much. I think I was just like super excited and like the adrenaline had all kicked in, so I just wasn't feeling super nervous or like worried, but it bled so much, probably because I was a big party animal back when I was 18. Yeah, I would say the pain on that was probably like a 6 because I was just too excited. And then after that I went to the same tattoo artist and I actually got this quote here on the inside of my left arm, and it is from a book by Stephen King called Through the Keyhole. It says, "If the sweetness of our lives do not depart, there will be no sweetness at all." Basically meaning, I guess, you don't really know how good things are until something bad happens or until it's gone. And I really resonated with that at the time. Pain on that was actually fine. It was really quick, but he was a bit strange. Like, he did it literally started from here, so he started where the T is at the end, and he did it all backwards. You'll be able to see that like some of it is kind of falling out now. I wouldn't really be able to get it touched up, I think, because it's too small. If anything, I would just get it covered up maybe later on if I decide to. And then I guess I'll tell you about this arm tattoo. I did this about 2 years ago. So this is the sound of the universe. This chant is often used in yoga and in Hindu and Buddhist religion, so you might have heard of this or seen this symbol before. So this is a symbol of the sound. So when this sound is chanted, it actually helps you to connect and align your chakras, and for some reason for a little while I was kind of just feeling this pull and this urge to have this tattooed on my heart. Anyway, I just went ahead and did it. There are a lot of different variations of this symbol and a lot of different meanings as well, but that was the one that just resonated with me the most. I also wanted to point out that in Hindu religion, it is very disrespectful to have this symbol tattooed anywhere below your waistline. So anywhere from here down on your legs or anything like that, it is a sign of disrespect. So just bear that in mind if you were thinking about getting the arm tattoo. Fourth one, I did this little Y on my finger. This is just representing my sister. Her name is Yvette and she has one on her finger as well, on the same finger. We kind of call this our family finger. We both have rings that our mum gave us on this finger, so it's the ring finger on the right hand. We got this when I was living overseas, so we were quite far apart from each other. About maybe 3 or 4 years ago now. By the way, I'm not going to be showing all of my tattoos today in this video, so make sure you hit subscribe now so you'll be able to see part 2, where I will be talking more in depth on my palm tattoos, the pain, and just all about that, the artist, where it was done. A little one that I have is this shell on the back of my left arm on top of my elbow. It is kind of like a rustic looking shell. I just got that because I love to be near the beach, and yeah. Pain on this was probably about an 8 maybe. Again, like, it was over pretty quickly, but because I couldn't see what was going on, that's what made it a little bit more annoying and a little bit hard to deal with, because like you don't know if it's going to be over, how long until it's going to be over. So I should have probably gone from the arm to here because I actually have a tattoo here. It is just a basic outline of roses. I actually just saw this on Pinterest and I really liked it, so I just decided to copy it. To be honest, not a huge fan of just taking art and copying it straight onto your body, and the more that I have learned about art creation tattoos over time, I have kind of learned that it's not very good to do that. I guess this is just a one-line piece, but again, like, it is still using somebody else's artwork without crediting them and without changing it even in the slightest. So I would like to acknowledge and admit that a couple of my tattoos have been kind of just taken from Google and put with not really much or very slight changes made to them. If you were thinking of getting a tattoo, please try to consider the artist, the original artist of your work. If your tattoo artist is not creating that from scratch, it would be obviously better if you could change it or take a little bit of an idea and then make it your own. But anyway, it's just a simple outline of some roses, and I just thought it was really cute and really complements my body shape, so I got that. The most recent tattoo that I have, which like is just so crazy to me, I never thought that I would be doing anything like this, is this one here. It says Red Ruby. So just underneath the roses I have just plain writing here saying Red Ruby. Me and my friend were on holidays together in Bali and we were having a crazy night out. We were at this beach party and there were people there doing tattoos on like a bench, and for some strange reason we decided that we would both get each other's names tattooed on ourselves. So hence her name is Ruby, so I got Red Ruby and she got Nikki Nicole, but she got hers on her butt cheek. Lol. And yeah, so love that for us. Love her. Got her name on me forever now, and I actually really like it. I don't know, I just feel like Red Ruby, the name of it's pretty cool, pretty cute. And yeah. I'm drinking this yogi tea. This is the skin detox one and it's really delicious, but I wanted to point out that I really love their tea bags because they have little notes. Each tea bag is different. This one says, when you become part of the universe becomes part of you. Next one I will show you is this butterfly that I have on my left thigh. So I just really wanted like a traditional style tattoo, and I really love pretty butterflies, so I actually chose this off a flash from the wall of their studio. I got this done in Bali as well, not the same holiday but a few times before, by a tattooist named Ochen. He works at Bold and Bright in Canggu. Really beautiful studio. If you're ever there, you should go and check them out. So basically I just took this picture and then I decided to add in the little crescent moons, because crescent moons are also a symbol of creation and creativity, and I wanted to incorporate that more into my life. So yeah, paint on here was probably about a 7. It wasn't really that bad. He used quite a thick needle. But yeah, it was still fine. And actually my arm was done with Ochen as well at the same time, and he also did these lines on my foot which have blown out a little bit as well. I think it was just a little bit deep, like they're a little bit raised, but I still quite like them. I don't know if I might get them removed one day. I might get them lasered off and done again just because they are blown out a little bit, but I'll tell you, that was literally a fucking 9.75 out of 10. Like, that was pretty painful while I was getting it done. Like, it's literally 2 lines. I was thinking to myself, I would never get my foot tattooed or any further down than where it is, so who knows, I'll probably just deal with it and not get them lasered off. That was pretty painful. Down here, like down towards your foot, so bad, would not recommend. Alright, so while we're down here on the leg, I will just show you this babushka doll that I have. I really love the mandala pattern and the dot work inside of it, so I decided to get the babushka doll as a symbol of my feminine side. The babushka doll, it can also be called matryoshka doll, I think that's how you say it. Matryoshka, and that means mother in Russian, so it is the mother doll. And I just thought that was very sweet and very kind and nice, and I just love the placement of this tattoo. I got this done about 3 or 4 years ago and it was pretty painful, but wouldn't say it was the worst. Probably around a 7 or 8 out of 10. This was also done in Bali. Some of the tattoo artists I'm just not going to name, but if you would like to know in particular any of the tattoo artists that are not mentioned, just comment down below and you can ask me and I will reply to you. So yeah, love that, love her little headpiece, super cute. This is the peony flower that I have on top of the babushka here on my right leg. So I got this done at the Australian Tattoo Expo last year by one of my friends called N00dle. He's also Indonesian, but he's a traveling tattoo artist. So he came to Australia for the expo and I decided to get tattooed by him. I really love this too, again with a little bit of dot shading. I love peony flowers. I'm going to definitely be getting some more on my body, but I'm not sure where yet. On the same day that I did the peonies, I also did another one at the Tattoo Expo on my hip here. So that is done by another friend from Bali as well. I used to live there for a while, so that is why a lot of my tattoos are done either over there or by Balinese artists. So this one on my hip was done by Uchok, who works at Luxury Ink in Bali. So Uchok did these eyes for me. We added a few extra things and we decided to make the eye tears, to make the tears in dots and also make the flames on the eyes in dots as well, just to change it up a little bit. But yeah, I freaking love this. I just think it's like a lady love. Her eyeballs are love hearts, as you can see. Just love the whole thing, the whole vibe. It's a fucking mood. So one more that I will show you before we end out the video is this one behind my ear. This is actually done by traditional hand tapping tattoo by someone that I know who has done quite a lot of my tattoos. But anyway, we kind of just taped a tattoo needle to a chopstick and then he just wanted to practice doing hand tapping, so he did it on the back of my head. It literally took like fucking 2 hours. Very painful. Not so much actually painful, more just annoying because it took so long and it's so small. But that was just more of an experiment for him. I guess, yeah, the pain on this wasn't really that bad. Like I said, it was more just like the needle tapping into my skull and I was getting a headache from it. But yeah, the healing time was really easy with this as well because it's just dots, so didn't really have to do anything. There wasn't like full peeling or any itchiness. I didn't even really notice it as it was healing, whereas with larger tattoos you need to take care of them a lot more. By the way, I should tell you, with all of my, pretty much all of my tattoos besides the first 2 that I got, I always aftercare with coconut oil. I don't really use anything else. There was a phase where I received a few tattoo care kits from various companies, one being After Inked, I think it's called, and it's quite nice, but to be honest I don't really see the point because I always have coconut oil. I use that as my moisturizer on my body and as treatment for my hair, so I always have it. And I find that coconut oil just really lets your skin breathe because it's so light and you can just wipe it on, it doesn't hurt. And a lot of people I hear use like pawpaw ointment, bepanthen and things like that, whereas those I feel tend to saturate the skin and don't allow your tattoo to breathe. And obviously when you have a tattoo, it's an open wound and open wounds need to breathe in order to heal. So I just find that coconut oil is the easiest, simplest, natural thing that I could put on my tattoos, and they've all healed really, really well from that. So there's a hot tip for you. So I'm pretty sure that is 10 tattoos for my part 1 tattoo tour. If you liked this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel so that you'll be able to see my part 2, where I'll show you my full back piece and my butt cheeks and my rib tattoos. There are still quite a few to go, so make sure you're subscribed. Hit the little bell if you want to get notified when I upload, and that way we can all stay connected. Comment down below, let me know which ones are your favorite. I don't know which one's my favorite because I just love them all. Anyway, peace out guys, love you. See you in the next vid.